All right, everybody. Um, let's jump into Unit 1 and really starting to dig deep. And in this section, I want you to follow along, write down the questions, right? Write them out. Journaling can be so big inside of this because the energy that we have in ourselves sometimes like can get locked up. And when we physically write it out on paper, some energy is released and some new ideas get to be expressed. And then you actually get to see it from a new perspective because it's one thing to think about it, it's a totally other thing to write it out and see it from that perspective. And that can create new insights into where you want to go and what you want to do. All right. So let me get my screen up, screen share here. And if you want the full course, the link will be on the YouTube video and you can grab it there. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So concept introduction, I think we did that in Unit 1, so you really don't need this. The first thing you're going to dig into is why are you actually doing this? I know it's an obvious question, but I want you to go through the exercise yourself. Are you unhappy? Are you not making enough money? Are you unhappy with your boss? Like, what's that reason that has you digging? And I want to give you an example. There is a difference between hating your job and what you do and hating the people at your job, but still loving what you do. So I want you to write down, why are you doing this? Be really, um, get really detailed inside of it, right? Is it the job? Is it the mundaneness? Is it the repetitiveness or whatever it is for you? Is it too much creativity and you're just not creative and you're more analytical? Um, or is it that the people there are just not the type of people that work with you, right? So be detailed and clearly identify, is it the work or is it the people? Is it the environment? Is it the company values? Really get distinct, because then you can start to dissect what it is you need to make a move on. If you love what you do, but your team sucks or the company is just horrible, then you're not going to pivot inside of the work you do. And it's really helpful to know this, right? So you're not making any mistakes of like, well, maybe I should switch careers. Maybe I should get into this. Maybe I should go into that, right? Second guessing yourself. I've definitely done that way too much. Um, so really answer this and be clear when you step outside of this exercise. Why are you doing this? Really um, understand that for yourself. Okay. Now let's jump into the next one. So pause these at any moment so you can walk through these and see these questions on the screen. The second question, is, or the second exercise really, is personality types, right? So there's a thing called a mirror, right? And it gets to reflect you back. These tests will get to reflect your personality back to you, because it's one thing to think about ourselves and have thoughts about ourselves, but it's another thing for someone else to describe who you are and what your personality type is, and if you're a people person or if you're not a people person. So I want you to go, let's see, yeah, we're gonna not do that right now. um, I'm saving a recording, sorry. And so I want you to go to crystalknows.com and you're going to be taking the test there, right? And it's an Enneagram test that I want you to take. It's going to give you a good indication of your personality type. And in this one, there's 9 different types. So go ahead and take that. I'm not going to really explain it. There's another video in here that explains some of this. But there's also another one that gets into 16personalities.com, and that breaks it down, your personality, from a different angle. Okay, go take those tests, and then after you're taking those tests, what you're going to come back is like, what is your Enneagram type? What is your personality type? What did you learn about yourself? You may learn that you're not a people person. You may learn that you're more of an introvert than an extrovert. Then maybe you shouldn't be in sales. And if you're in sales and you're trying to do sales because you're trying to make a bunch of money, maybe that's not playing to your strengths, you know? So really write down, what did you learn about yourself after taking these? Okay. Um, and then the next question is, what new career possibilities do you see for yourself after doing this? And then which one excites you the most? And I want you to pay attention to that. What excites you the most? What's the one where it just feels really light and you naturally smile? Like, that would be cool. Don't worry if you don't know how to do it, or how to get there. That's not part of the process yet, right? That's a whole other step. But I want you to pay attention to it. Um, and then based on, the information and the tests, what careers do you know are not a good fit for you? So the reason I have you look at it from this angle is because sometimes when we get stuck and we are in a position of hating our jobs, right? And sometimes we just got to do it to make money, and that's okay. But there comes a point when sometimes people want to make that move, but you really don't know where you want to go. One, you're in this course, so good, but two, sometimes just writing down, like, I know I don't want to be a doctor. I know I'm squeamish when it comes to, cutting people open, or, that kind of thing. You can start there and be like, this is where I know I don't want to go. And that can start to shape, or that will start to shape um, where you're going, right? Or where you're not going. Let me put it in that direction, where you're not going. So that starts to eliminate options. So when I listen to my clients and I hear that they're stuck, and they're going through something, or they want to switch, or whatever, I listen for what they're saying, and I also listen for what they're not saying. And I'll listen to clients. I'll be like, well, you've been talking a lot about leadership and being a great leader at this company, and how much you love helping people and lifting them up. I haven't heard anything about you wanting to be a doctor. So I'm pretty sure we can cross that off. So I know it's obvious, but the more we can understand where we are, the faster we can get to where we really want to go. And sometimes that's, beyond the mountain or through the clouds or whatever. We just can't see it. But at least we know you're heading in the right direction. So the whole purpose of this course is creating the North Star, so you can navigate towards that, knowing you're heading in the right direction. You might not know the exact destination, but you know you're going in the right direction. So, all right. So let's jump over to self-limiting beliefs. Anybody got any questions? You can't answer. Let's see, self-limiting beliefs. So what are they? First of all, self-limiting beliefs are the assumptions about yourself that you think are real or true, right? So it's a belief, and a belief is changeable and malleable, right? I know there's some absolutes and stuff like that, like, I'm 5'6". I'm not going to change that, but I believe that about myself, right? But there's also some beliefs about myself that are empowering and disempowering. I just was messaging a previous client this morning, and she's excited, and she's got a job interview, and she thinks she sucks at job interviews. And here's the thing, she's awesome. You know how I know? Because she's had several jobs in her life. And you know what? At every single job, she had a job interview and she passed it. So that means someone else on the other side said to themselves, I like this person. I think they can do the job, you know? But my client was, I suck at job interviews. I suck at job interviews. I suck at job interviews. Oh, and not realizing, the thing in front of their face is that they've gotten every job they've applied for, you know? So those are the type of things that I want you to become present to. And, our beliefs against reality don't match up sometimes. And those are the blocks that can really, like, hold us back from what we really want. So list those out, because the more you can become present to them, the more you can start to work on them and realize it. Like, that is a limiting belief. I should work on that. And that's probably not 100% gun to your head true, right? So there's a thing called The Work, and it's by Katie Byron. It's really great. It really digs into your beliefs. And one of the questions they're all basically pointed in this direction. If you write out your belief and then ask yourself, is that 100% absolutely non movable true? There's no way anything else could ever be true about that or about you. Like, gun to your head. Like, no one in the world could ever prove you absolutely wrong, like even just a smidgen, you know? And if there's just a little bit of opening there, that means your belief is movable and can be changed. It might take some time, it might be some work, but it can be moved or changed, right? Um, so list those out and then list out how you think they hold you back. Are they empowering you? Are they disempowering you? Are they giving you fuel or are they taking it away? Right? And if you've got people in your life that keep feeding into you that you're not worth it or you can't do it, maybe it's time to, I don't want to say get rid of them, but you can maybe move on, right? Or put more people in your life that say you can do it. So, how are those limiting beliefs serving you, right? And how are they holding you back? All right. So, and then there's a video in here. Watch this on self-limiting beliefs by Brian Tracy. It's really great and overcoming some of those. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube on self-limiting beliefs. And if you need help with that, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. Okay. So, what did you learn about yourself? Okay. So, in this whole section of Unit 1, what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your limiting beliefs? What did you learn about your personality type? Your personality type. Why are you doing this? What came up for you that maybe was unexpected? Are you really using and aligning your personality towards where you want to go? You know, if you're an introvert and you hate sales and you're in sales, why are you doing that? It's probably not serving you. Not that you can't overcome something, but maybe maybe there's something that's more aligned for where you want to go, right? I'm not saying you can't build that skill or work towards it, but I do believe that if you have a personality type that's natural and inherent for you, you should play to that, and then you can grow into a new role. So this whole section 1 is all about what did you really discover, and are you aligning yourself towards where you want to go? All right. I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you guys in the second unit. All right. I will stop recording. Pause share. Whoop. Stop share. There we go. All right. I'll see you in the second unit.